We are now on air. Time for a total takeover.
It's finally here. Welcome to a new episode.
It's about to go down.
Good morning, everybody. Yours truly, Dan Adams, a.k.a. the Soulful Conservative, the DA, and the Prosecutor, bringing you a TGIF edition of the Dan Adams Show. And as I'm waiting here at this light, I can actually look into the camera and say, what's going on? Well, here in western PA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to be exact, we are in a flash flood watch and warning and everything else you can think of. Other areas on the outskirts have been hit real hard with rain. Actually, a gentleman died in Indiana County last night. So for those out there in the western PA area and are getting hit with this rain, we're getting hit with a little rain right now as I'm driving in to the 9 to 5, but it's nothing severe or anything of that matter. But those who are in the midst of it, please be careful. Now, let's go ahead and talk about a couple of items on this TGIF edition of the Dan Adams Show. If I could say my own name, that'd be great, right? The health care bill, the GOP health care bill. Well, they came out with a draft. And ladies and gentlemen, come on now. It is a draft. Not the bill that's going to go onto the floor of the Senate, but a draft. So everyone just keep it under control. No need to be saying things and doing things out of pocket because of this draft. And you know what a draft is. It is not the final copy. It's a draft. And of course the Democrats, let's just go ahead and just pull out the Democrat, liberal, leftist, numbnut, moonbat playbook of this bill is going to kill everybody. Everyone is going to die, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone is going to die because of this bill. So just wrap it up, put it in a bow in regards to how the Democrats feel about this draft. And like I said, it's a draft. It's not the final copy. But I hear a whole lot of nonsense and noise from the left in regards to cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. Well, I'm thinking to myself, these people are rich. They are just rich. Back in 2009, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, their messiah, Barack Hussein Obama, stole, ladies and gentlemen, as I go through the tunnel, stole $600+ million from Medicare and Medicaid and dumped it into Obamacare. You remember that, right? If you think I'm lying, go look it up. So for these individuals to be so rich and they're complaining of us, I shouldn't say us, the GOP implementing cuts into Medicare and Medicaid when their messiah, and I'm going to repeat it again, and you can look it up for yourself, when Obamacare was passed, amongst the thousands of pages of Obamacare, Barack Hussein Obama stole, ladies and gentlemen, $600+ million worth of Medicare and Medicaid money and dumped it into Obamacare so he could pay for, ladies and gentlemen, pay for Obamacare, which it is basically bankrupt at this point. They thought, ladies and gentlemen, and as Hannity had on once again the clips from Jonathan Gruber saying that, it was the stupidity of the American voter that allowed Obamacare to pass. That's right. He called us stupid. He called us ignorant. He called us unintelligent, basically, that we didn't know what was going on with that bill. Nancy Pelosi, Princess Nancy Pelosi, Anthrax Pelosi, wanted the bill to be passed, and then we'll look and see what's in it. And then we'll find out what's in it. Just pass it. Don't read it. Don't look at it. The 1,000 plus pages of Obamacare, which, ladies and gentlemen, just in and of itself, ladies and gentlemen, just within and of itself, anything that the GOP is going to pass, ultimately, it is not going to be a full and complete repeal of Obamacare, because Obamacare, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what they wanted. Couple things. They wanted Obamacare to fail. Let's just say it. So they could push for a single payer system, because at this point in time, they thought, they already felt, they already knew that Teflon Hillary Clinton was going to be the next president. And they could continue their leftist liberal assault on us in regards to trying to implement a single payer system. That's number one. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, number two, and it's an addendum to it wanting to fail. With it failing, excuse me, with it failing, ladies and gentlemen, and it's failing all across the board, insurers are pulling themselves out of exchanges everywhere across the country. You look at it from an angle of this, and I wish I had some water in here because my throat is jacked. But you look at it from an angle of it, they wanting it to fail so they can implement single payer. But with those thousand plus pages of a bill, do you really think that we're going to be able to release ourselves from the 1,000 plus pages of tentacles of Obamacare? It is not going to happen overnight. Even with this 145, 47, 48 page plus GOP healthcare bill, it is not going to happen. This is a framework, a foundation, and hopefully a layout in regards to how we're going to attack and completely get rid of Obamacare. But it is going to take years, ladies and gentlemen. Not a few days of passing this bill. It is going to take years. So, let's move on from Obamacare, ladies and gentlemen. I just read on the AP wire that the Supreme Court may have a decision in regards to Trump's travel ban, which he doesn't want it to be called a travel ban. I don't know what he wants it called. I need to find out what, he got all upset that it's called a travel ban. So what is it called? Let us know. But anywho, temporarily halting individuals from 6 countries that the Democrats and the leftists and the liberals, Messiah, Barack Hussein Obama, put on a list saying that these are hotbeds for terrorism. These exact 6 countries that Trump wants to put a halt on individuals traveling from those countries so we can better look at, evaluate, and then implement a better vetting, a better HPV-1V, HB2 to Z visa system, and the whole refugee complete and utter cluster F that Obama started, and also look at and totally put it upside down in regards to this illegal immigration problem that we have. Build the wall, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't care how much these liberal, leftist, numbnut, moonbat Democrats cry and moan and complain about a wall, put it up. Put the wall up. We cannot allow the Democrats, and they are not in the majority right now at all. So we should not be kowtowing once again to the Democrats just because they are having rallies and protests and violence, resistance, whatever else you want to call it, in regards to Trump's administration and Trump's agenda. You may not like Trump. You may not like how he talks, what he says, what he tweets. But just look at the man and what he is trying to accomplish with his agenda. And I'm talking about the Never Trump crowd. I'm just asking, almost begging you to just allow that hate that you have for this man and put it aside and just look at his agenda. Look at his agenda. Call him out on his agenda. I have no issue with that. And none of us who may be Trump supporters should have an issue with that. Because yes, there are some things that I have an issue with in regards to his agenda, and you know what they are. And I will continue to speak out on those issues that I have with Trump's agenda. Because I'm not just some person that just follows a man. That's right, a man who is flawed just like me. Yeah, a lot of these Trump supporters may think that God somehow allowed him to win this past election. No, please don't go to that. Please don't go there. You can thank God for not allowing Hillary Clinton to become president. I thank God for that. No doubt about that. But I'm not thanking God for Trump being president. Please, put the brakes on, pump them. Just be thankful that Hillary Clinton is not president. Because it would be far, far worse. And Trump is not the answer to all of our problems, as some Trump supporters seem to think. So put on the brakes, ladies and gentlemen. Pump them, and pump them hard. Now, saw on the AP Wire, and I just posted it on social media, that the London fire at the Grenfell or Grenell Tower, the name is escaping me, but you know what I'm talking about, that the insulation and fire precautions and precautionary measures failed, ladies and gentlemen, failed when they were implemented and put in this particular tower. So I'm thinking to myself, lawsuits anyone, as I stated on social media? Lawsuits anyone? Hello? Lawsuits? Are you kidding me? So these fireproof measures failed, yet they still put them in, were allowed to put them in. So there are varying levels of individuals and companies and possibly governmental agencies that are at fault for that fire. And if I happened to live in that and survive, or unfortunately, and may God bless these families, and may these individuals who have died in this fire, may they rest in peace, I would go after any and everyone that may have been involved in allowing these fireproof measures that failed, and get and go and grab whatever you can. I may sound real mean right now, but you know what? These individuals knew, ladies and gentlemen, that these fireproof measures failed and should not have been put in place. These individuals knew. And for that is utterly and completely wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, and right now I am trying to figure out why oh no, please don't tell me I gotta turn around. Please do not tell me I gotta turn around. This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when I drive to work, especially when it's raining. And for those who live in Pittsburgh, and for those who travel River Road through Dravosburg, when it rains like this particular stretch of River Road ends up getting closed. I'm gonna straighten up my camera here. Ends up getting closed. And as of right now, I think that's what is going on. I see cars turning around, I think, but let's just see what's going on, and I will continue on. And I apologize for the side tangent, so I could actually see what's going on. But I'm almost done with this particular TGIF edition of the Dan Adams Show anyway. But as I was talking about the horrific tower fire in London, and them knowing that their fireproof measures failed, as I stated, these individuals who lost loved ones and who have survived should sue the pants off of anyone that may have been involved that allowed these faulty fireproof measures to be put in place. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need to figure out what's going on my path to the 9 to 5. This is Friday, y'all. TGIF. May God continue to bless you and yours. May He keep you and your family safe. Until next time, God bless you and yours. Peace.
This poem is for the woman I love. I knew not what love was till you awoke within my heart. We are now together forever, never shall we part. I will track where you are, I'll decide whom you see. Remember, sweetheart, you belong only to me. So do what I say and don't do anything dumb, or I may have to hit you until you are numb. If you tell another soul, well, that will just make me mad. 'Cause I tolerate you, and for that you should be glad. There's one more feeling I must express to you, honey. Don't ever, ever let me catch you touching my money.
Some relationships are not as they appear. That's because domestic abuse is often hidden. Join the Women's Center and Shelter in the effort to end abuse early on and help us provide emergency sanctuary to those who most need your protection. To donate, visit the Women's Center and Shelter at wcscanhelp.org.
Hey, can I get some help here? Yes, you. I'm talking to all of you. I need your help because I, just like many of you, am one of the millions of Americans who is all too familiar with cancer. I lost both my grandfathers and my uncle to cancer. My grandmother battled cancer 3 times in her lifetime, and my amazing mom, well, she's a 2-time cancer survivor. But there is certainly reason for hope. Due to earlier diagnosis and evolving research, the 5-year survival rates have increased for people living with cancer. One exciting area of cancer research today is the field of immuno-oncology, science that aims to work with the body's own immune system to help fight cancer. That's why I'm proud to be joining Bristol-Myers Squibb and the cancer community to launch Ready, Raise, Rise, a program that educates about immuno-oncology research and encourages people to raise a flag for those we love affected by this horrible disease. On this website, you can create a personalized flag on behalf of yourself or a loved one touched by cancer and share it with your friends. You can also select a cancer organization you would like to receive a potential donation. The 3 groups with the most flags raised on their behalf will receive a charitable donation from Bristol-Myers Squibb. By sharing your flag, you're making a difference by supporting loved ones, raising money for cancer groups, and educating about groundbreaking research. So please, join me. Let's raise our flags against cancer.
He has some issues with the special counsel. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump details his concerns about the Russia probe to Fox. And our Rachel Sutherland is live in Washington.
Dave, the president told Fox's Ainsley Earhart that he's bothered. The man investigating possible ties between his presidential campaign and Russia is good friends with fired FBI Director James Comey. But he stopped short of saying Robert Mueller should step down.
So we'll have to see. I can say that the people that have been hired are all Hillary Clinton supporters.
As for whether there are tapes of his conversations with Comey, the president suggested it could be possible, saying with former President Obama's surveillance and unmasking, who knows? Dave.
The president also says there's time to negotiate on the Senate plan to replace Obamacare. 4 Republicans don't support it, which means it wouldn't pass as is.
Well, there are also 4 good guys and they're 4 friends of mine, and I think that they'll probably get there. We'll have to see.
Rand Paul is among them.
I just didn't run on Obamacare Light. I didn't run on replacing it with more government programs.
No Democrats support the plan. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
It cuts health care for those who need it most, just to give a tax break for those who need it least.
Republican leaders hope for a vote next week. Hours after Otto Warmbier's funeral in Ohio, a denial from North Korea. Fox's Alistair Wanklin has more live.
Dave, North Korea saying it treated Otto Warmbier humanely, denying cruelty and accusing the U.S. of a smear campaign. That's according to the North State News Agency. There's no further detail on why Warmbier was left in an unresponsive state. He died Monday in Cincinnati. His parents blame Pyongyang. A foreign ministry spokesman quoted saying on one occasion North Korean doctors revived the student after his heart nearly stopped, adding, despite all that kindness, North Korea is the biggest victim. Dave?
Alistair, the remnants of what had been Tropical Storm Cindy moving north is concerned about possible flooding from Kentucky to Tennessee to West Virginia. Fox News, fair and balanced. He always paid his rent on time and never caused trouble. That's what Amora Fatui's landlord says in Montreal, talking about the Canadian man who drove to Michigan and went on the attack.
The FBI and U.S. attorneys say airport stabbing suspect Amor Fatui tried to further arm himself before unleashing his airport attack in Flint, Michigan.
We have an individual who attempted to buy a gun in the United States and was unsuccessful.
FBI Special Agent David Gelios would not be specific about the type of gun he attempted to buy or where Fatui tried to purchase it. He was in the country legally and did buy the knife he allegedly used in the U.S. Fatui is charged with committing violence at an international airport, carrying a 20-year prison sentence. Fatui is scheduled to face a judge next Wednesday. Grenfell Scott, Fox News.
A federal judge has temporarily halted the deportation of more than 100 Iraqi Christians living in the Detroit area. The judge wants to look to see if his court has jurisdiction. The Justice Department argues that detainees must go to immigration court to try to remain in the U.S. Iraq recently agreed to take the nationals, but they fear torture or possible death if they're sent back. On Wall Street, stock futures are lower before today's trading. Now sports. NBA teams went shopping for new players last night.
The Philadelphia 76ers select Markelle Fultz from the University of Washington.
Fultz went number 1 on ESPN. Then the LA Lakers made Lonzo Ball the second pick of the NBA draft. The Boston Celtics took Jason Tatum third. There were also trades. The biggest, the Chicago Bulls sent All-Star Jimmy Butler to Minnesota in exchange for players and draft picks. In baseball, Houston, the first team to 50 wins this season after the Astros completed a 4-game sweep of the Oakland A's. The NL West leading Dodgers finished off a sweep of the Mets, LA's 7th straight win. The Angels beat the Yankees. That drops New York back into a tie with Boston atop the AL East. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio. The Yankees, that drops New York back into a tie with Boston atop the AL East. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Scientists invading your mind, call on your defense. Only way to penetrate is a better offense. Turn on your radio dial, take a listen real hard. Tell me what's missing. It's time to make an observation. These ignorant rhymes are the complication. Now you need me to deliver an all-star that's up to par. But who's up to par when it comes to this music? People out there tend to abuse it, taking it for granted, showing no humility. People tend to question my ability, but I'm here to perfect my craft. Globally connect to complete the task. B-boys, B-girls, around the world. It's time to get down. It's time to get down, to get down. To B-boys, B-girls, around the world. It's time to get down. It's time to get down, to get down. As I walk through this musical haze, I display the proper attitude that will make it through the maze. So let me introduce this new routine that will dazzle the scene. Take a minute and let's review the events that have transpired. Desire overcomes the physical. My mental preparation confirms my potential. As I leak into the residential, hunting down hip-hop that's gone commercial. Forget those gimmicks and gadgets, I improvise, never supervise. Tend to authorize these new styles of speech. You need an extension cord just to reach the lowest rung of the ladder. You need to cease with all that chit-chat. B-boys, B-girls, around the world. It's time to get down. It's time to get down, to get down. To B-boys, B-girls, around the world. It's time to get down. It's time to get down, to get down. Stepping out of bounds seems to be your forte. Throw your red flag if you need the replay. This decision won't be overturned. Not enough evidence to conquer the relevance. The outstanding warrant for your arrest. You failed the sobriety test. Your flow is never lyrical, always one-dimensional. Surely my ways are unconventional. You signed the lease, the terms are conditional. Cause your flow is unconstitutional. Abide by the rules and regulations. A concrete stipulation. Sign up for some lyrical training. Melodic is here, always maintaining, breaking traditions. To settle the score, got the people asking for more. B-boys, B-girls, around the world. It's time to get down. It's time to get down, to get down. To B-boys, B-girls, around the world. It's time to get down. It's time to get down, to get down.